How's it going? Welcome to the second episode of Walk and Talk. Today, the topic today is about how do you find your passion. That's actually a topic I'm really passionate about, and a lot of people online ask me how you can actually find your passion, or you read about a lot of people that are currently in their 20s that feel somehow lost or stuck and don't know really what to do in their life. And it's a really interesting content, a really interesting question, because I feel that all of the content is currently out there. All of the content about finding your passion, all of the content about finding your dream, living your dream, is sort of having a negative impact, at least on me. Whenever I watch a TED Talk or whenever I watch or read an inspiring article, I always feel afterwards that my life somehow sucks. That I didn't achieve anything. That all these other people are so brilliant and they didn't have to do anything for it, and that they found their passion just right away. Because the thing is, it usually leaves out the hard part. It usually doesn't show the struggle that all of these people went through that now found their passion. That it usually takes many years to actually find your passion, to try out, that you have to try out many things. I mean, there might be a few people that find their passion right away or know what their purpose in life is, but this is really just like a small percentage of the people out there. Most of us, including myself, we come to this world, we have no idea what we want in this life, what our purpose is. I'm now 30 years old. I still really have no clue what my purpose is in this life, but at least I'm trying to figure it out, and I don't really believe that you can't find your purpose overnight. I think the way, or one of the ways that you really can find your purpose, or the things that you should be doing, or the things that you love, is by doing the exact opposite of what your parents usually told you, or for example, what my mom told me. Um, what people tell you today is that you should focus as much as possible, and I think that's the wrong approach, because how do you really know where you should be focusing on? How do you know what you really like? How do you know what your passion is? I strongly believe that you have to try out as many things as possible, and then maybe at one point you'll figure it out and know that, oh wow, wait a minute, that's something I really love doing. I want to do this for the rest of my life. And another thing that I believe a lot of these things sort of miss out and don't really talk about is that it doesn't only take a hell lot of time to find your passion or to find your gift to this world, but it also takes a hell lot of time to become good at it. Because only if you're good at it, will you actually also enjoy doing it. Because let's face it, at the beginning when we start something new, we usually suck at it. When I started writing, I was really bad at it. As a matter of fact, when I was a high school student, I was one of the worst of the kids in class. I always got the worst grades. Same with public speaking. I know I'll speak quite a lot in public. I'm even recording my when I talk, when I walk around on the streets like here. So I was also really bad the first time that I had a talk in English. But now, after I put in, it's now almost 2 years of work. I wrote more than 130 blog posts, maybe 150 blog posts. I published 3 books on Amazon. I'm currently writing another one. And I gave probably in the last 2 years, I gave around about 50 talks. The point that I'm trying to get across is that once you find something, you need to put a hell lot of work into it, and then maybe it might turn into a passion, even though you might not have been good at it right at the very start. But then if you put in enough time, enough effort, you will actually, it might turn into your passion, or it might not. You never know. But that's the thing. If you like something, you will need to put a hell lot of work into it. And the thing that a lot of these articles out there, a lot of these books make me feel is that you just magically find it and then that's it, then you'll do it for the rest of your life. But it's actually not what it's all about. It's about experimenting and really finding out putting a lot of time into it, and then putting even more time into it to really become good at it. Because the only thing that will motivate us, or for example that motivates me, is if people get in touch with me afterwards and pretty much like applaud me, and then you feel good about it, and you want to do it over and over again. And that's something that I feel um, most people, especially young people, especially also myself, I was exactly the same way. We just feel too much pressure from every side, and then all the information that are coming into our system through laptops, computers, smartphones, that want to really push us into, or somehow I feel somehow sort of pushed into doing something or finding a passion right away. That it usually makes me feel bad about myself, and that I don't get anything done afterwards. So to sum it up, I guess the only way to find your passion or your purpose in this life is to really try out as many things as possible. And once you find something, try to become really good at it. And at the same time, always try to be yourself. Try to be as authentic as possible. Because if you're trying to be like everybody else, you'll be competing with everybody else. And becoming one of the best in an area where everybody's the same is pretty much impossible. So really try to find your own niche. Try to find the things that you love. Be authentic, and then maybe at one point you find something else you're passionate about. Then combine those two things. Become passionate about finding your passion, and then find some more, and never really stop. I guess that's something that I wanted to get out there, and a question that I read many times. A lot of people ask me on email. Many times the question was asked on Quora. I just felt like this might be a good thing for a second episode. And unfortunately, as I realized, I don't look 10 kilos, like I have 10 kilos more on video, unfortunately. Alright folks, that's it. See you next time.